Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a found footage horror anthology film, VHS99. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie opens up with footage from the first tape titled Shredding. The tape features a punk rock band named Rack, which stands for its teenage members Rachel, Anchor, Chris, and Caleb. The Rack band is always pulling naughty pranks and going on adventures. They record it and upload it on their online show. For their newest adventure, they are planning to visit a haunted site located in a forbidden underground. The site is a burned former music venue. Another punk rock band called the Bitch Cat was performing along with a crowd when the venue was burned. The desperation of the crowd to get out of the venue resulted in a stampede. The crowd accidentally stepped on the bodies of the Bitch Cat members, causing them to die in a painful way. To introduce Bitch Cat Band, the Rack Band plays a tape featuring a sample song from them. There, the Bitch Cat members are chanting the phrase "play or die" to hype themselves up. After that, the Rack Band members sneak into the forbidden haunted underground, where Bitch Cat members died. As they enter the place, Anchor warns them about the butt of the Bitch Cat members, which stands for their restless spirits with unfinished business. The other members are making fun of Anchor, since he appears to be scared of ghosts. They move forward inside the place, and they notice that it is completely dark and smells like burned crispy bodies. They find some signs that someone is settling there. They pass through a shrine with several dolls and find some burned remains on the ground. They continue walking, and Anchor is surprised to see a newly set up band instrument. The rest of the group then makes fun of him for believing that the ghosts set it up there. They reveal that they are the ones who placed it there. They then play their song inside the haunted underground. The rest of the group pretends to be possessed by the spirits, making Anchor panic. It turns out that they are pranking him again. Anchor gets furious and decides to leave. After that, Rachel, Chris, and Caleb smash 4 dolls that represent the bodies of the Bitch Cat members. They are reenacting the cause of death of Bitch Cat members by stepping on the dolls. Out of nowhere, the voice coming from Bitch Cat members tells them to get out of their stage. Something drags Caleb to the ceiling, and his body falls back, completely mutilated. This scares Rachel and Chris, prompting them to run their panicking muscles away. The zombified bodies of the Bitch Cat members then emerge. The zombies chant their hype phrase, "play or die," as they chase Rachel and Chris after their smell. They first attack the hiding Anchor to death. Then, they detach Chris's head from his body, causing his instant death. Lastly, they disassemble Rachel's body parts into pieces. After that, they resemble the body parts of the dead Rack members. In the end, the reassembled bodies of Rack members reanimate, and they play a song as a band. The scene then moves to the footage from the second tape, titled Suicide Bid. The footage features an incoming freshman named Lily, who is desperate to join a sorority to avoid being an outcast in their school. She only applies to the most prestigious sorority in their school. The sorority sisters eventually invite her for the initiation. They let her drink, and after she gets drunk, they tell them that she needs to stay in a coffin underground if she wants to join their sorority. Apparently, the sorority sisters are reenacting an infamous urban legend of a coffin girl. It is believed that Coffin Girl had stayed buried in a coffin as a challenge to let her join the sorority. Unfortunately, Coffin Girl went missing after the sorority sisters came back to pick her up from the coffin. It is then believed that she had crawled into the underworld. To reenact the urban legend, the sorority sisters dig a spot in the cemetery. They give Lily a box, which she will open if she cannot take the fear anymore. They say that it will give her courage, and at the same time, there is a rope in the coffin that rings a bell outside. As all is already set, they let Lily stay in the coffin with a video camera to record her situation. They then cover the coffin with soil. After some time, Lily feels scared, prompting her to open up the box. To her surprise, the box contains spiders, making her scream in a chicken voice. She kills the spider as it crawls to her body. The rain eventually pours, and police officers pass by the cemetery. Afraid that the police will catch their activity, the sorority sisters flee the area. They are scared that they must be expelled from school, so they promise to just come back to pick up Lily. The police officers inspect the area, but they fail to hear her screams and chicken voice. The police officers leave the area, and the rain soon floods the coffin. As the flooding stops, the ghoul of the legendary Coffin Girl emerges suddenly, which terrorizes Lily. She screams in fear as Coffin Girl tries to break into her coffin. Coffin Girl eventually manages to grab her, and the footage glitches. The next day, the sorority sisters come back to the cemetery, only to find out that Lily is already gone. Afraid of the consequences, they promise to each other that they will never speak of it again. That night, the sorority sisters wake up inside a coffin. Coffin Girl and Lily's ghouls appear and terrorize all of them. In the end, Lily's ghoul declares that she will provide Coffin Girl with more soul sisters. The sorority sisters then cannot do anything but scream in terror. The scene then moves to the footage from the third tape titled Ozzie's Dungeon. The tape features a children's game show, Ozzie's Dungeon, which is hosted by a bald man named Baldy. The game show makes children compete in different challenges. The winner of the show is promised to enter Ozzie's Dungeon to meet Ozzie, who will grant their wish. A competitive child, Donna, manages to reach the final challenge together with another contestant. The final challenge is known to be unbeaten by anyone. If ever Donna wins, she will wish to help her poor family so they can finally improve their quality of life. In the final challenge, she needs to search for red flags in different obstacles. She successfully finds more red flags ahead of her competitor. But as she's about to finish the course, her competitor is trying to sabotage her. She crawls out of the course hole first, and her competitor grabs her smelly foot, causing her to be severely injured. Her mother screams to stop the show, since she needs immediate medical attention. Unfortunately, Baldy continues the show, while guards prevent the mother from intervening. Because of this incident, the show was canceled from television. Years later, Donna's family appears to kidnap Baldy in order to have revenge against him. It turns out Donna's injury keeps her disabled and unable to walk. They put Baldy in a cage as they prepare him for a challenge. The challenge is a violent version of the challenges in Ozzie's Dungeon. Donna's mother gets acid, and they threaten to throw it at Baldy if he refuses to comply. In the first challenge, Donna's brother wears a bladed helmet and he charges at Baldy. The blades lightly stab Baldy in his body, but not in his bald head, causing him to scream in pain. In the next challenge, they throw raw chicken meat at him, and he needs to catch it using his mouth. As he fails to catch it, the mother slaps the meat at his ugly face, but spares his bald head. In the last challenge, he needs to finish the obstacles full of smelly poops within a minute. He crawls through poops as he searches for red flags. He tries his best in fear that the mother will throw acid at him. He passes through the obstacle course, but he fails to finish it within the time frame. The mother then threatens to stab his eyes if he will not take them into Ozzie's dungeon. Left with no choice, Baldy leads them to a large warehouse. There they enter a wooden door that leads to a cave-structured hallway. They eventually reach Ozzie's place, and it is revealed that Ozzie is a heavy-bloated woman lying on a fragile bed. Instead of wishing himself a head of broomy hair, Baldy tells Donna to whisper her wish to Ozzie and make it a good wish. Donna whispers the wish, and after a few moments, a monstrous creature emerges out of Ozzie's bloated stomach. The creature releases energy that burns Baldy and Donna's family to death. In the end, Donna releases an evil smirk at the camera, implying that she had whispered an evil wish to Ozzie. The scene then moves to the footage from the fourth tape titled Gawkers. The footage features a young boy, Brady, who likes filming stop-motion videos of his toy soldiers with the camera of his older brother, Dylan. Brady is depicting different scenarios using his toy soldiers, and as he is recording it, Dylan makes fun of him. As he figures out that it is his camera, Dylan takes it from Brady. Dylan then records himself in the room as he flexes his skinny muscles in the mirror. Dylan's friend eventually arrives, and they make fun of the delivery man. It turns out that they like pulling pranks, and they also exclude Brady from their group since they consider him a loser. One day, Brady and his friends are in the park when they discover a snakeskin on the ground. They proceed to perform skateboarding in the skate park. There, the nerdy friend breaks his arm after falling to the ground. After they get bored, Dylan and his friends attempt to record the underskirts of women in the park. The two women catch them recording, and they push the group away. The group continues to roam around, and they find a hot woman swimming in their neighborhood. They are greatly attracted to the hot woman, so they continue recording her body. The hot woman just lives across the street. This allows the group to record her through the window of Dylan's home. The group continues to peek through Dylan's windows, and they observe her throughout the day. The next day, Brady is playing outside when the hot woman calls her. The group sees him going inside her house. He eventually goes home, and the group asks him about his interaction with the hot woman. He then reveals that she is asking him to install a new webcam. Knowing this, Dylan instructs Brady to install spyware on her computer so they can see her private moments. Brady is hesitant to follow them, but he agrees as Dylan promises to involve him in their group. That night, Brady comes into the hot woman's house. He installs the spyware, allowing them to see through her newly installed webcam. They watch the hot woman together. After a few moments, they see the hot woman remove her hormone outfit. To their surprise, the hot woman removes its hair, and tons of small snakes emerge from her head. They figure out that the woman is actually Medusa, and she knows they are watching her. Out of nowhere, she jumps into their room and instantly attacks one of their friends. She tears apart the friend's diabetic body. Dylan runs downstairs, and he drags the confused Brady with him. Meanwhile, she turns their other friends into stone, using her magic power. After that, she walks downstairs, and Brady tries to apologize to her. She ignores his apology and proceeds to stare at his eyes, which turns him into a stone as a result. She then moves to gaze at the skinny Dylan, turning him into a stone, but still skinny. In the end, she heads toward the camera, targeting the viewers. The scene then moves to the footage from the fifth and last tape, titled To Hell and Back. This footage features two cameramen who are invited to record a witch ritual during New Year's Eve of 1999. In the ritual, the witches will summon a powerful demon through a volunteer vessel. The witches will summon a powerful demon at midnight. It is because during that time, the veil between Earth and Hell is the thinnest and most vulnerable. They ask the volunteer why she wants to be a vessel. The volunteer tells them that she is a believer in the witch cult and that it is an honor for her to be a vessel. As the witches are performing the ritual, the two cameramen are scared to see a demon in the room. It turns out there is an uninvited demon intervening in the ritual, so the witches chant to cast the demon away. As the uninvited demon gets back to Hell, it drags the two cameramen, causing them to be dragged to Hell. They wake up later, only to find themselves in a cave-like place. They find mutilated bodies along the way, and they see demonic creatures eating flesh. As they continue to walk around, they find a demon fork. After some time walking, they encounter a Hell Lady who speaks in an old language and possibly has been trapped in Hell for long. They ask for Hell Lady's help so they can go back to Earth. They realize that they need to search for the demon, and they can be summoned back to Earth with the demon when the witches summon the demon in their ritual. Hell Lady agrees to help them, and in return, she asks them to write her name in the Book of the Witches, so she will be summoned back to Earth in the next ritual. Along the way, they encounter strange, faceless creatures. Hell Lady guides them into a webbed hole, and they crawl through it. The webbed hole leads them into a cave tunnel, and throughout the way, they see more creatures in different forms. They soon arrive in the demon's lair, where there are cultists who are chanting around. The guards notice their presence and try to push them away. They fight back against the guards. One of the cameramen uses the demon fork to end the guards' lives. The summoning ritual is about to commence in a few minutes. As there is no time left, the two cameramen run to the demon, while a cultist jumps to prevent Hell Lady from following them. They jump inside the demon's stomach just as the ritual begins. At last, the two cameramen are summoned back to Earth, but one of them is summoned inside the volunteer vessel's body. The witches realize that their ritual has failed to summon the demon. As they figure out why the ritual failed, they instantly stab the volunteer vessel to death. They then stab another cameraman next. As he is about to die, he writes Hell Lady's name in the Book of the Witches with his own blood, keeping his promise to her. In the end, the witches eventually perform another summoning ritual, and this time, they utter Hell Lady's name, implying her coming back to Earth. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.